Hey, my name's Brandy Hofer. Thank you so much for being here. I sure do appreciate your time and I can't wait to stretch canvas with you.
My name's Brandy Hofer, and I'm going to guide you through step-by-step stretching raw canvas onto a frame. And if you enjoy this video, please feel free to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel because we're going to have a lot more content coming your way just about this in particular. If you'd like our free guide with a lot of large-scale painting tips, you can download that in the link below at brandyhofer.ca. We are so excited that you're here. We appreciate your time and we can't wait for you to check out this video.
Here we have a raw cotton canvas. You can also work on linen, but we highly recommend this heavier grade cotton canvas that you can order in lengths from the art store. This is a 7-foot length. Because of the height that we prefer to work in and our studio restrictions, we go about 7 or 8 feet. To cut your canvas, you just slit a little hole and then rip along that seam. With this higher grade quality canvas, it rips really nicely. I've never had problems with it tearing into the canvas. We fold up the rest for later, and then we spread the canvas we have out on the floor, ready to apply a mix of acrylics, water, clear gesso, and a whole bunch of other really fun mediums. We also tear off a few pieces for our kids, so you can save the scraps and make little paintings with them too. So for stretching your raw canvas that you've worked on a flat surface on a wall, we're going to use our canvas stretching method. And that method is what we also use to stretch over stretcher bars, and we'll explain later, but you're working always across from each place, from one point to another. So we're going to start with the T, and we're going to lightly tack in the T, and then we're going to go right, 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 and we're going to go left, 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 left. And then we're going to go right, 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 left, 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 and so on and so forth until we're done. Sometimes I tack in my corners early on, but then I do them tighter once I get to them at the end. And I always tack in my T and redo my T at the end as well, because everything tightens up by the end, and usually that's the loosest part. So yeah, here we go. All right, so here we are in a time lapse loading our lightweight staple gun here, and we're tacking in the T's to start loosely, and then we work from left to left to right until you work your way over into the corners. This method prevents any ripples in the canvas or any wobbly bits. And then we actually retighten that T after we work in an X at the end, just because that's the loosest part, because that's where you started. You don't want it too tight because that can warp your bars. It's kind of like a happy medium. That's why I don't use canvas pulls anymore, because over time, if you have it too tight, it will warp your frame. Here we are. This is a method called hospital corners, actually. So just like if you're good at making your bed, you're going to be super great at this. You just kind of tuck it in and you have a nice clean corner. It looks great. You can practice. Sometimes you're better a certain way if you're left-handed or right-handed, but make sure your corners match up and line up with the edge. It just gives it a clean, professional look, and make sure you fasten and staple it all down the best you can. And here we are again, just that's kind of what the hospital corner looks like. We got a lot of paint on that stretch canvas, but it looks really great and clean. This was an abstract piece that we made, and here's a really big tip for when you are finally done everything in the stretching is we lightly mist the back with some water, and if it's acrylic, we sometimes mist the front as well, just to tighten it on the bar so it's not hitting the back of the frame and you can't see those crossbars at the back or those corner pieces poking through. You want a nice kind of canvas that you kind of bump and it sounds almost like a drum. That's how tight it is. Again, there's a fine balance between too tight and too loose, and you'll kind of know after you do it a time or two. But good luck, and make sure you message us with any questions. We're happy to chat anytime, and you can follow us on YouTube at Brandy Hofer Studios, Color Me Happy. You can find our podcast, Color Me Happy, and also our book, Color Me Happy, See Your Everyday Ordinary as Extraordinary. And you're also welcome to join our free community, Color Me Happy, on Facebook. It's a gorgeous place for creatives to meet, combine, and uplift with one another. Thank you so much for being here. I sure do appreciate your time.